Today we're doing a full day of eating as well as my 2-year wellness anniversary. Hi, and welcome back to Transformative Moments with Laura. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. This channel is all about health, wellness, and anything I do to improve my life I'd like to share with you. In today's video, we're going to look at a full day of eating, and you're going to notice some very big differences from my last full days of eating. What I had talked about in my last few videos is that I am striving for a calorie goal of 1,500 and a protein goal of 135 or more. So you're going to see throughout the video that I am eating more, and that I'm also going to tell you how many grams of protein each individual meal has. So I have several meals throughout the day in order to get in my calories and my protein goals. And I'm going to be talking you through. I also decided to put in how I make my protein shake so that you can see how I weigh things out to ensure that I am accurately counting everything that I'm doing. I am tracking all of my food as well as anything I drink with calories. So I want to be as accurate as possible. As I've said in many videos, I am a true rule follower, and so if I need to have like the protein powder, if I need to have 37 grams of protein powder for it to be a serving, I'm going to do 37 grams of a protein powder. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll be back at the end to chat a little bit about the 2-year wellness anniversary.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. We are close, can you feel it? Something is behind the clouds. We just have to believe it, that we can make the sun come out. Let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now.
So this is breakfast today. I've got 1 whole egg and 1/3 cup of cartoned egg whites, and then 2 pieces of the microwave bacon. Total protein for this particular meal is 21 grams. I will see you at my next meal. All right, this is my lunch. I have got 6 ounces of the Members Mark pulled pork that we eat off of for several meals. And I've got Baby Ray's sugar-free barbecue sauce, 3 tablespoons, and then 200 grams of cucumber with just Redmond's real salt. This is 31 grams of protein. See you for the next meal. All right, so I am going to make my afternoon shake, and I thought I would show you guys how I do it. So I am tracking everything in that I eat and drink, if it has calories and all that good stuff. So I wanted to show you guys how I actually do my shake, and it might be helpful for you to be able to learn how to do this type of stuff for yourself. So I have my scale, and I'm using level 1 blueberry muffin from First Form, and according to the label, 1 scoop is 37 grams. So in order to be able to measure this appropriately, a lot of people just scoop. I'm trying to track every little morsel. So I am going to put the scoop on my scale. I'm going to zero out the scooper, and then I'm going to put in 37 grams. And I'm going to wait until I can. So there's 36. I don't know, you probably can't see. Here, let me move it over a little bit. So there is 36. It's kind of wobbling around 36, 35. Let's try to get a little bit more. Now I'm at 38, so I gotta take a little bit out. 37. Okay. I've already blended up 8 ounces of unsweetened vanilla almond milk and 6 ice cubes. And then I'm going to add the protein powder. And then I am just going to blend this up again, and this is going to give me, as I'm making a mess because I'm trying to film this, this is going to give me 24 grams of protein for my afternoon snack. See you at dinner. So I'm jumping in here real quick just to tell you that there is an alternate way of measuring your food. I could have put the protein powder completely on the scale and then zeroed out the container. Then all I would need to do is scoop out 37 grams, and it would read out a negative 37 instead of the positive 37 as I was adding to the scooper. I do it both ways. It just depends, and I happen to choose using the scooper this time. So next time, if I remember, I will show you the alternate method. All right, here's dinner. So I am having 2 of these Amy Lou kale and mozzarella chicken burgers. I got these at Costco, and I actually put them in the freezer because we have a long way to go to Costco. So I put them in the freezer, and I just take them out and defrost them in the refrigerator and have those when I'm not, don't have any real dinner planned. And then I'm going to have a couple of tablespoons of my sweet pappy sauce with them. And then I have cauliflower risotto with the mushrooms and asparagus from Green Giant. And that will wrap up my dinner tonight. I will see you in a little bit for dessert. All right, so here is my dessert for the evening. I have got 5 ounces of the Faye Total 0% Greek yogurt. I've got 1 scoop, which is 25.7 grams of the prime protein chocolate, and it makes this like chocolate pudding. It's really, really good. And then I am going to put, I think I've got it down for 30 grams of Ready Whip. So that's a lot of whipped cream, and I just put it all over the top. But for dinner, I forgot to say when I was showing you my dinner was 46 grams of protein. This dessert is 39 grams of protein. So my total protein for the day is 162 grams of protein. And like I told you, it's I just want to be over 135 and hit my calorie goals. So I am at 1497. So that's perfect. I'm right below that 1500 calorie mark. I'm going to put some whipped cream on this and go enjoy my evening. I hope you enjoyed this video and it showed you a little bit different take on what I'm doing now. I've talked about it in a couple of other videos, how I'm going to be tracking my calories and my protein, and then I'm playing with my carbs and fats to decide. I am following right now a low carb diet, so I am not on keto right now. I am doing a low carb diet, and as in low carb meaning under 100 grams of carbs a day. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so many carbs. Still, 100 grams of carbs is considered low carb. So I'm playing with it. I'm trying to see how I feel. And I have been surprised at my scale. I've been surprised at the way I feel. And it's just been a really interesting thing. But something that I do want to share with you all that happened for a first. Last weekend, I had my very first true off-plan meal. I know. It's been almost 2 years at this point when I had this meal. My 2-year anniversary was July 22nd, so it was just a couple days ago. I'm filming this part of the video on Saturday, the 24th. But last weekend, I went to a fish fry. Now, anyone from the South knows that if I were on plan, there would be nothing at a fish fry that I could actually eat other than the appetizer that I brought, which were some individualized caprese salads. So I could have eaten that and the olives I brought with them, but other than that, there would have been nothing at this particular fish fry that I could have eaten. And so I decided prior to going, a couple days prior to, I decided that I was going to go off plan. I wasn't sure what to expect. This was my first time in almost 2 years. And I was a little scared, but then I decided I wasn't scared anymore because I had been on this journey for so long. I knew that this wasn't going to throw me off track, that I wasn't going to gain all my weight back because I had one meal. So this was huge for me. This was a big milestone. And so I ate anything that I wanted at the fish fry. I had fried fish. I had regular coleslaw. I had baked beans. I haven't had a baked bean in more than 2 years. I even had the Southern signature dish. I had hush puppies. And so a lot of people that are on a certain way of eating for a long time will tell you, oh, such and such food just doesn't taste the same since I've been on this way of eating and things like that. Homemade hush puppies still taste amazing, amazing. So I did eat some of those. Now, the things that I did not eat that were there were things like brownies and cookies and things like that. They didn't really appeal to me. I was, even before keto, I didn't mind the sweets, but I would have gone for the bread. And that's exactly what I did, because I got to have 3 hush puppies and they were phenomenal. And I enjoyed every minute of it. I enjoyed the group of people that we were with. I had such a good time. And I just felt like for a long time that I didn't stand out and I wasn't kind of an outsider. Most of the time people didn't know. I just picked and ate around things and we didn't talk too much about what I was eating. Others would be curious and ask me, you know, why didn't I have this or why didn't I have that, just making conversation. But it was in my own mind, I think, half the time that I felt like I was a little bit different than everybody else because of what I would eat and what I wouldn't eat. So the fish fry was a big deal. And I did an experiment. I ate everything that I wanted to eat. And I have been, for the last about month and a half, I've been weighing myself every day and taking a weekly average. So I can kind of keep track on what I do to myself during the week and look at that average and see if I've gone up or gone down. Because if you look at your weight on a daily basis, you know, some days you can be, you know, say 140, the next day you might be 145. But if you just weigh yourself and look at that particular number, you would have thought that you would have gained weight. But if you take an average of the 7 days, you can understand that it's a little bit more enlightening. It's a little bit more solid data for everybody. So that's why I've been doing that, to kind of see what I eat and how it affects me. So the morning after the fish fry, my scale went up 3 pounds. Now, I know logically that I can't gain 3 pounds of fat from what I ate. I still tracked my food the best I could, all through my brain. I wasn't weighing anything. I wasn't measuring anything. I just kind of tracked it the best I could. And I wasn't too far over my calories because I knew and I planned to have that meal. And so what I did was I allotted for it in my daily food. So I didn't go overboard in all the other food I was eating that day. I saved up for that particular evening. So I didn't go too much over calories, or the only thing I think I went over more, of course, were carbs, and maybe a little bit of fat from the frying. But other than that, I was pretty close. But I went up on the scale 3 pounds. And a couple of years ago, that would have destroyed me. It would have destroyed me. And I would have been defeated, and I would have gone back to my old ways, and I would have been like, another diet failed me because I just gained 3 pounds overnight and blah, blah, blah. Well, the next morning I got up, I did my walk, did my workout. I went on with my life just as it was the day before I went to the fish fry. And there was no ill effects. I was happy that I got to participate in life, because sometimes we forget when we're on a weight loss journey that we need to participate in life. You know, we give up certain things. And, you know, I've mentioned in some other videos that I have totally planned to have wedding cake at my son's wedding, which is the week after next. And I haven't had food like that in well over 2 years. So I've been kind of playing with my body to see, because the reason why I started with keto is because I wanted to heal my insulin resistance. I wanted to make myself more metabolically flexible. And after doing some of the things I've been doing the last couple of weeks, and I've been checking my glucose and I've been watching how I feel, I've realized that those 2 years of keto really did that. I am so much more easily managing my glucose. So I can wake up with a fasting glucose of maybe 80, 85. I can eat something and it goes to like something that's higher in carbs, maybe 140. And within an hour, I'm back down to 90 and 85. So I am rebounding quickly, just like your body is supposed to if you never had to worry about insulin resistance. I was fortunate enough never to get diabetes, and that was one of the reasons why I chose to start with keto. And I was clean, and I went hard, and I did intermittent fasting. And like I've said in a couple of other videos, I am at a point where I need to switch things up. I want to do some things a little bit differently. So you saw some different things in the video today, and I'm okay with that. Like I said before, this isn't just a keto channel. I want to ensure health and wellness. And if I find something that makes me feel better or makes me feel worse or improves my weight or my body composition, I'm going to share it with you all. And so far, this way of eating is showing me some consistent losses on the scale. And when I say the losses, you all are going to be like, well, that's minuscule. What's wrong with you? Why are you excited about this? So I lost my weight pretty quickly. The first 60, 65 pounds I lost really quickly. And then I felt a little skinny fat, so I was trying to build muscle as much as I could. And so now I do want to try to get off like the last 15 pounds, which, you know, is always the hardest. And so I am not eating in such a deficit that I'm going to destroy myself. I've been in severe deficits throughout the last couple of years, not necessarily on purpose, just because lack of hunger, because keto does, I just am not as hungry on keto. So it wasn't from lack of hunger. It was just, you know, if I would spot track my food, I would honestly say to myself, I need to eat more going forward because I'm not eating enough or what have you. So I would have those up and down days, but you know, whatever, that's fine. And so I've been maintaining my weight exactly where it was probably for maybe 8 months now, maybe even longer. So, I mean, I only fluctuate a pound up, pound down if I'm lucky, or 3 pounds if you go to a fish fry. But so I've been losing roughly about 4 to 6 ounces a week with this new way of eating that I'm following. And I'm still testing things out before I give you all of the details of what I'm doing. But I wanted to see what carbs would do to me coming up to this wedding in Alaska. And the reason why is that I'm not going to have the food availability that I have at my home. I am going to a very remote area of Alaska, and we have had to order groceries for a group of us from another area of Alaska and have it shipped in. So we don't have the same type of availability for vegetables, for low carb this or low carb that, or keto this or keto that. There's going to be a lot of fish available, and I could just eat the fish and maybe nothing else. I don't know what to expect. I've been told there's a lot, mostly fish and rice is on most of the meals. So I wanted to see what my body would do. I wasn't sure if I would feel ill. I wasn't sure if I would gain 10 pounds back. I didn't know what would happen. So I have been slowly increasing my carbohydrates to see how my body reacts. And also, so I don't go, balls to the wall, if you will, like I did at the fish fry, and just throw it all on there. So I've been increasingly, slowly bringing those carbs up, and I'm still losing. And I'm actually losing. I wasn't losing, I was maintaining, but I wasn't tracking before. I was, much like I've told you guys before, the way of keto that I did, I didn't track really very often. If I wanted to be really serious, I would track, and then I would do spot tracking, and I would do keto, I would do ketosis testing with my blood as well as my glucose testing. So, but now I am tracking meticulously, because I am playing with all of my ratios to try to figure out what is optimal for me. Not only that, but I'm starting to see more definition in my arms. I'm starting to feel more muscles. And so I'm really excited about that. That was something that I want to be strong, and I want to live a long time with the strength. I don't want to be a frail elderly person that can't enjoy my 60s, 70s, and 80s, hopefully, if I'm lucky, 90s. So I'm trying to lay the foundation, unfortunately, in my late 40s, but hey, I'm doing it, right? I'm doing it, and I am going to keep messing with my ratios, keep messing with my macros to figure out what's going to work best for me. But I know this just went on for a huge diatribe. And those of you that are wondering about the hair, my hair is naturally curly, and I actually just had a touch up of all the colors yesterday. So what I did was, I always have my stylist straighten it because I'm too lazy to do it myself most of the time. So, and I don't like to wash my hair the day after getting it colored, because for all obvious reasons, especially with the red in there. So I left it straight for you guys to see. So let me know in the comments below if you prefer the curly or the straight. But I think I look like almost a completely different person with straight hair. Anyway, I am now going to get off my soapbox and get off my stories. Here is a picture of the comparison between my before picture, my 2020 picture, and my 2021 picture that I took. My before picture was done a month before I started keto. And then my second one, of course, was a year into it, July 22nd. And then the last one was this last Thursday on July 22nd. And so you can see that I'm maintaining. You can tell between the two pictures, between 2020 and 2021, interestingly, you can see that my arms are a little bit bigger. I mean, at least I can see it. And I didn't even think, I should have probably wore the same outfit, because that would have been kind of cool. I didn't even think about that until I did it. But, and I tried to do the same stance, and I'm a little bit closer and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, you guys can see that I am the same, basically the same size. I'm about 10 pounds less in my picture that I did this last week, and I feel great. So, I'm really working out hard. I'm enjoying some of the workouts I'm doing. In this video, I did a leg hit workout from Beachbody after my walk, and I filmed on my walk, so it was a slower walk than usual. But yeah, I'm feeling great, and I'm looking forward to the next 6 months to a year to see how things turn out. When I feel comfortable and feel like, okay, I've got my ratios perfect when it comes to carbs and fat, I'll let you guys know. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how I've been able to change my internal health to be able to manage some carbs again that I was scared that I would never be able to do. So I'm totally excited. I'm going to try to film another full day of eating for you all during this week and post it next Sunday. But when we leave for Alaska, we will not have barely any internet and barely any cell service. So there will not be any other videos until I get back. And I will be sure to film as much as possible while we're there, just so you all can see the beautiful place that my son got to get married in. So until then, please, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and share this video. Also hit that notification bell, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.